All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're diving into the world of Chilean creativity.
Think vibrant art scenes, booming film industries, and a whole lot more.
We're talking about how Chile's creative industries are making waves and making money.
And to guide our deep dive, we've got our hands on a fascinating report, the Mapa Industrias Creativas Chile 2023.
Catchy title, right?
It's a treasure trove of information commissioned by Chile's National Council for Culture and the Arts.
Now, I will say this report came out in 2023, but...
It's heavily based on data from 2011.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's a really interesting point of comparison, doesn't it?
Absolutely, like taking a snapshot of the past and then seeing how things have evolved.
So picture this. It's 2007, and even back then, people were buzzing about the potential of creative industries in Chile.
There was this sense that they were on the verge of becoming a major economic force.
Kind of like a gold rush, but for creativity.
And the report compares creative industries to things like high-tech and renewable energy.
All areas with huge growth potential.
But here's the kicker. The report suggests that creative industries require relatively low effort to become competitive.
Low effort, high reward. Sounds like a dream, right? But did Chile seize the opportunity? That's what we're here to find out.
To do that, we need to dig into how the report breaks down Chile's creative landscape.
They've got it divided into 12 key sectors, everything from film and music to, get this, circus arts and crafts.
It's a pretty comprehensive look at this whole world of creativity.
And here's what I really appreciate. This report doesn't just talk about the art itself, it delves into the business side of it all.
The economics of creativity.
Exactly. We're talking hard data here.
Like how many businesses are in each sector? How many independent artists are out there? What are the sales trends looking like?
And get this. In 2011, Chilean creative industries generated a whopping $5.5 billion US. That's billion with a B.
A clear sign that these industries were already packing a serious economic punch.
So the question is, have they managed to keep that momentum going? We'll uncover those answers and more as we go deeper into the report. You know, one thing that caught my eye in the report was this dip in visual artists' incomes between 2009 and 2011.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Like, what happened there?
Unfortunately, the report doesn't really dive into the specifics of that trend.
Oh, bummer.
It does, however, raise some important questions about the stability of creative careers, especially for freelancers and independent contractors.
It's a good reminder that just because you're doing something creative doesn't mean it's always smooth sailing financially, right?
Absolutely. And the report really emphasizes the need for better support systems for these independent workers.
So it's not just about the big economic picture, but also the well-being of the artists themselves.
Exactly. And on that note, let's talk about circus arts.
Okay, this is where the report gets really interesting.
You might not think of the circus as a secure career path.
Not exactly known for its job security.
But in Chile, many circus performers, although working informally, report high job security.
Wait, how does that work? Informal work and job security don't usually go hand in hand.
Right, but in this case, the report suggests it's largely due to family tradition.
Ah, so it's like a built-in network.
Exactly,
Yeah.
passed down through generations.
Fascinating how those cultural and economic factors intertwine. Now, another area the report delves into is the music industry.
And of course, we can't talk about the music industry without addressing the massive shift towards digital platforms.
Right, it's like bye-bye CDs, hello streaming services.
Exactly. And the report highlights how Chilean musicians are adapting to this new landscape, leveraging digital platforms to reach wider audiences.
It's all about innovation and finding new ways to connect with fans.
Absolutely. They're not just surviving, they're finding ways to thrive in this new environment.
Reminds me of another point the report brings up, the balance that photographers often have to strike.
Ah, yes, the classic dilemma of art versus commerce.
On one hand, you've got photographers pushing creative boundaries, producing amazing works of art. And then on the other hand, there's the reality of making a living, which often leads to commercial work.
And the report actually suggests that this blending of artistic vision and commercial savvy is a hallmark of many creative industries.
Finding that sweet spot where passion and pragmatism meet, okay, love that. But it's not just about individual artists or sectors, is it? The report goes on to talk about these creative chains.
Yes. And this is where we start to see the interconnectedness of it all.
Lay it on us.
So the idea is that different creative sectors are interdependent, forming these chains. Think about book design.
Okay, I'm with you.
It relies on visual artists, photographers, writers, editors, the list goes on.
It's like this whole ecosystem of creative collaboration.
Exactly. And the report takes it even further. proposing that all sectors of the Chilean economy, from tourism to high-tech, depend on creative input in some way.
Wow, that's a bold statement.
It is. But they back it up with this really cool visual in the report, these concentric circles.
Oh, I love a good visual.
Me too. So at the center, you have your core creative sectors like visual arts, music, performing arts. Then, as you move outward, you get the sectors that directly support those activities like publishing, fashion, design.
Makes sense.
And in the outermost circle, that's where you find all the other sectors of the economy that, while not directly involved in creative output, still benefit from that creative energy.
It's like creativity has this ripple effect throughout the entire economy.
Exactly. And that brings us back to the big question. Has Chile fully embraced its creative potential?
All right, spill the tea.
Well, the report, with its focus on 2011 data, can't give us a definitive answer for today. But it does offer a glimpse into a really exciting moment in Chile's creative journey.
It's like we've opened this time capsule full of potential and possibilities.
And just like a time capsule, it leaves us with more questions than answers, prompting us to dig deeper to see how those trends have played out in the years since.
So, for our listeners who are now super intrigued by all of this, what's the next step? What should they explore?
Well, I think this report is a fantastic starting point,
Definitely.
but it's just the beginning of the journey. Now it's about going beyond the data, maybe checking out some Chilean films or music, exploring the work of contemporary artists and designers.
It's like we've given you the treasure map, and now it's time for you to go out and discover those creative treasures for yourselves. It's like we've handed you the keys to the creativity vault and said, go explore.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe our listeners will uncover some hidden gems that even this report didn't foresee.
Exactly. That's what makes this whole deep dive so exciting.
It's about sparking that curiosity, that desire to delve deeper into the world of Chilean creativity.
So, to our listeners, consider this your official invitation. Go out there and discover something amazing. And hey, if you find something particularly cool,
Or if something in this report really resonated with you.
we want to hear about it.
Absolutely. Share your findings, your thoughts, your own creative journeys. We're always up for a part 2 or 3 or 4.
You get the idea. But for now, we're going to wrap up this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure exploring the world of Chilean creativity with you.
Until next time, keep those creative sparks flying.